A sudden rush of energy shoots up your spine. Your body trembles, your mind spins, and for a moment, you're not sure if you're ascending to a higher state of consciousness or losing your grip on reality. This isn't just any spiritual experience. This is Kundalini energy. Raw, unfiltered, intense. And if you're not ready for it, it can completely take over your life. But what if I told you? It doesn't have to. Welcome to Kundalini Awakens, where we uncover the truths of Kundalini and more. Kundalini energy isn't just another buzzword thrown around in yoga studios. It's ancient, mysterious, and when awakened, it can feel like a force beyond your control. The sensation: imagine plugging your nervous system directly into a power source far beyond what it was designed for. Overwhelming, right? But that's exactly what makes it so alluring. There's a reason seekers chase this awakening despite its terrifying intensity. And why has it been feared and revered for centuries? Keep watching. You'll want to know this before you take one more step on your spiritual journey. Kundalini energy isn't a modern day concept. Long before the wellness industry turned it into a trendy buzzword, ancient yogis were already tapping into this immense power. They described it as a serpent coiled at the base of the spine, waiting to be awakened. Not by accident, not by chance, but through deliberate, disciplined practice. But here's the catch. Once awakened, this serpent doesn't slither quietly. It surges. The origins of Kundalini trace back to ancient India, woven into the fabric of tantric texts and the Upanishads. Yogis believed that this energy was the key to ultimate enlightenment. But they also knew it wasn't something to mess with. This wasn't just good vibes or positive energy. Kundalini is potent, unpredictable, and often unforgiving to those unprepared for its power. So why a serpent? The serpent isn't just a symbol, it's a warning. Coiled, it's dormant, calm. But the moment it uncoils, it's rapid, intense, and nearly impossible to stop. And that's exactly what Kundalini feels like when it awakens. It demands your full surrender. But here's the twist. What if you could harness that energy? Imagine holding the reins of a force so powerful it can transcend your mind, body, and soul. Sounds impossible. It's not. And soon, you'll know how. But before we get there, let's talk about why this energy feels so intense in the first place. Because trust me, understanding that is the first step to mastering it. Keep watching. So why does Kundalini feel so intense? Let's break it down. Imagine trying to funnel the power of a lightning bolt through a single wire. That's your body when Kundalini awakens. Your nervous system isn't ready for the sheer force of energy flooding through it, and the result? Overwhelm. Physically, emotionally, mentally. When Kundalini rises, it's not a gentle process. It's a full-on surge, igniting every nerve, every cell, every corner of your consciousness. Your fears, your traumas, your deepest desires. Nothing is safe from its intensity. Some people report feeling electric currents running through their spine. Others describe intense heat, spontaneous body movements, even out of body experiences. Emotionally, it's a roller coaster, waves of ecstasy followed by sudden anxiety or sadness. Psychologically, it can feel like your mind is being pulled apart and reassembled in real time. It's not uncommon for people to think they're going crazy during a Kundalini awakening. But here's the truth. They're not. They're just experiencing the raw, untamed power of energy that most people never even come close to touching. And that's exactly why Kundalini feels so intense. It's not just energy, it's every suppressed emotion, every buried trauma, every latent potential rising to the surface all at once. It strips you down to your core, leaving nothing hidden. But here's the thing. This intensity isn't meant to break you. It's meant to transform you. And once you understand the science behind it, you'll see why controlling Kundalini isn't just possible. It's essential. It fires up big time. Neurologically, what's happening is similar to a high voltage power surge in your nervous system. Brainwave patterns shift dramatically, often resembling those seen in deep meditation or even psychedelic states. Your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems, the parts of you responsible for fight or flight and rest and digest, start clashing like two titans in your body. The result, a state of heightened awareness, but also chaos if you're unprepared. Modern neuroscience has started to catch up with what yogis have known for centuries. Studies show that Kundalini awakenings can activate the limbic system, the part of your brain tied to emotions, memories, and survival instincts. This explains the sudden waves of fear, joy, sadness, and bliss that can hit all at once. It also activates the prefrontal cortex, linked to higher thinking, creativity, and spiritual experiences. This nerve is like a superhighway connecting your brain to your heart, lungs, and gut. When overstimulated, it can cause rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, and even gastrointestinal distress. And then there's the endocrine system. Your hormones go haywire, leading to mood swings, insomnia, and intense physical sensations. So, what does all this mean? It means that Kundalini isn't just some abstract spiritual force. It's a real, measurable shift in your body and brain. And while that might sound overwhelming, understanding the science is your first step toward controlling it. Imagine being able to ride the wave instead of being drowned by it. Sounds impossible. It's not. And coming up next, we'll dive into the stories of those who've faced the storm and lived to tell the tale. Sounds dramatic. For those who've experienced Kundalini awakenings, this is just the beginning. Take Maya, a meditation teacher who thought she had full control of her mind. Until one day, during a silent retreat, Kundalini hit her like a freight train. She thought she was losing her mind. Until she wasn't. Then there's Alex, who wasn't even trying to awaken Kundalini. He was just practicing deep breathing techniques when, out of nowhere, he experienced what he described as spiritual electrocution. His body convulsed, vivid visions flooded his mind, and he felt an unbearable intensity in his chest. For weeks, Alex avoided meditation altogether, terrified that another session would pull him even deeper into the unknown. But here's the twist. Both Maya and Alex found their way back. And not just back to normal life, but to a state of balance where Kundalini became their ally, not their enemy. Their secret. They learned how to control it. And their journeys weren't just about survival. They were about transformation. They discovered techniques that grounded their energy, calmed their minds, and allowed Kundalini to flow without chaos. Their stories aren't cautionary tales. They're proof that the intensity of Kundalini can be mastered. And if they can do it, so can you. Up next, we'll explore the exact methods they used to turn an overwhelming force into a life-changing power. Before you even think about awakening this energy, you need a solid foundation. Because without it, you're inviting chaos. First, grounding. Think of your body like an electrical circuit. Without proper grounding, the surge of Kundalini can short-circuit your system. Grounding practices like walking barefoot on the earth, practicing slow, deliberate yoga, and eating grounding foods like root vegetables can make a world of difference. Sounds simple, right? But you'd be shocked how many people skip this step and pay the price. Breathwork is another game changer. Controlled breathing, like alternate nostril breathing or deep belly breathing, can regulate the energy flow. When Kundalini surges, Your breath is often the first thing to go haywire. Mastering your breath means mastering the energy. Then there's meditation, but not just any meditation. Grounding meditations that focus on the lower chakras are key. Imagine roots growing from your spine into the earth, anchoring you while the energy rises. This isn't just some feel-good visualization. It's a technique used by Kundalini practitioners for centuries to avoid being overwhelmed. Lifestyle matters too. Regular sleep, balanced nutrition, and even daily routines help your nervous system stay stable. But here's the best part. Once you apply these techniques, Kundalini stops being an overpowering force and starts becoming a source of strength, creativity, and deep spiritual connection. Think that's too good to be true? Wait until you hear what happens when Kundalini is finally under your control. Keep watching. You'll want to see where this leads. When Kundalini energy is finally under control, it's not just a relief, it's a complete transformation. The chaos fades, and what's left is clarity, intense focus, creativity that flows effortlessly, and a deep sense of connection to something far greater than yourself. Imagine waking up every day with an unshakable calm, even when life throws its worst at you. That's the power of Kundalini when harnessed correctly. The energy that once made your body tremble and your mind spiral now fuels your creativity, sharpens your intuition, and strengthens your resilience. Writers describe words flowing through them as if they're channeling something beyond themselves. Artists see visions that demand to be brought to life. Even entrepreneurs find sudden clarity in their decision-making and vision. It's like unlocking a part of your brain that was always there, but never fully awake. Spiritually, the transformation is even more profound. Kundalini opens doors to deeper meditation, heightened awareness, and an unshakable sense of inner peace. It's not about floating on a cloud of bliss 24/7. It's about being grounded, present, and aware, no matter what's happening around you. And when that happens, fear dissolves, doubt disappears. You're left with a sense of purpose that's unshakable. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. Kundalini doesn't just gift you these benefits overnight. It demands your effort, discipline, and respect. The good news, now you know how to give it exactly that. Kundalini energy is intense for a reason. It's meant to break down everything you thought you were, so you can rebuild into who you're meant to be. Let's keep this conversation going, because trust me, your journey is just beginning. Thank you for watching Losing Control, Why Kundalini Energy Feels So Intense, and How to Control It. Remember, Kundalini isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace, but only when you're prepared. This journey isn't easy, but once you learn to channel that intensity, you unlock a version of yourself you never thought possible. Stay grounded, stay curious, and most importantly, stay connected. There's so much more to explore, and this is just the beginning. Until next time, keep awakening. That's it for today's deep dive into Kundalini energy. If you felt the intensity, the overwhelm, or even the bliss of Kundalini, you're not alone. Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and so would our community. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on Kundalini, spirituality, and unlocking your highest potential.